Well guys, it's Saturday. The sun is out, but it's cold. Water is, kind of freezing up around the backyard, a little water puddles here and there. So it's definitely 32 or below. But it's cold, but there's no wind, thank God. And the sun is out, so that helps. So I am going to go out there and attempt raking those trees that I cut up and see if I can pull a couple of them down off the old rock so I can start cutting them up and get some wood. I'll let you know when I get out there. Well, today I got the little JVC, and yesterday I pulled some trees out of the woods and off the mountain, and I did a couple videos of them, and I'll show them to you, but they're really jumpy and short and blurry. Again, I just move the camera too fast. I just got to get used to that. But some of it was, I was on the tractor as well. So, but I figure I'd try to let you know what I'm doing before I do it, because as the day goes on and I begin to tire, I begin to mumble. I've listened to myself actually sometimes, and I feel like this guy's on drugs, but it's just because I tire out quick. Between the bad back and being out of shape, which I'm not used to being, it kind of wears on you. So I figure I do all the explaining as to what I'm going to do, just in case I start to mumble throughout the course of the day. You'll have an idea what I'm doing. So much for in here. I'm heading out there, and then I'm heading over the fence once I get the tractor out of the garage, the barn, or out of the truck body, or whatever it is you want to call it back there. And I got to start up one of the saws, because I got to take that over there, because I got to cut it up so I can get it into the bucket, and that's where I'm going to start. I'm going to get the saw. What I have is I have the mountain up here that's coming down, and right here it levels out, but right here there's a tree that's down, and there's a lower limb, well, actually it's about 8-10 inches or better, that kind of goes up like this and down. Alright, and the ground is down here, so what it's doing is it's getting caught underneath this, so I gotta cut this off there. I knew it was going to happen. I was hoping I didn't have to, but it was too good to be true. I got one set down. When I was pulling the next set, that's what happened. So anyway, let me start up the saw and get back out there. Well guys, I was using it yesterday, and I had no problems with it. But just because I'm going to, let me get the right one. I got to go over the other side of the fence, and I don't want to go over there to find out that the chain was on the verge. So I figure what I'm going to do, just for the hell of it, is just do a little tweaking. And kind of take care of a little bit of it here. Oop, wrong way. Sorry guys. There we go. Now, they say that you really have to have a knack for this, but the thing is, you just don't want to overdo it. And you want to try to stay as close to the angle as possible. But, I mean, you don't have to totally go nuts. And you don't want to take a lot, like I say. You just want to take a couple bites. And like I said, this is already sharp. But I'm just kind of cleaning it a little bit, if that's what you want to call it. Get this out of the way. Sometimes I'll keep this little tool with me, only because it helps out sometimes when you get over there, and if you happen to hit a little dirt, this dirt will definitely cause havoc with your chain. And sometimes a tree, if it's laying, you'll either end up accidentally getting it in the tip, which takes the whole chain with it naturally, or sometimes you'll get into a, what I'm doing is I'm locking the chain every time there you go, do this. Or sometimes it'll be one of those things to where, you know, the bark itself is just holding dirt. And we'll definitely work into your chain and damage it. So basically that's it. I'm not going to do a lot. I just want to clean it up a little bit. Now you got a better look at that tree I'm talking about. See, there's the root system. And there's two of them. There's one on the other side. And they're going all the way up there. And that's where I cut them off so far. And that's what I'm starting to drag down. And then I'll cut off a few more and start to drag that down. And I'll cut back until I see that the root system isn't going to be stable, because I don't want it to come through the fence on this side. And at that point I'll have to stop. I don't know if this little tractor will take that out of there or not. But anyway, there's a couple of big ones up in the back that I got to pull out completely. So I'm going to finish this one and then pull those out, and then I'll go back up there and get some of those. Anyway, here's where I'm at, so you'll know. From the other aspect, I just pulled these 1, 2, 3 down, and I'm pulling them using this center tree as a center point, if you can see it with the sun shining in everybody's face. And then I got it wrapped around there with some, and I got this pulley, which if I want, I can pull that ring. I haven't got a line attached to it now, but if I was to pull that ring, this pulley would snap open for me. And this pulley's good for 20,000 pounds. So this line that I'm using for this pulling down the tree, everything except for the rope that's around the tree, but this pulley and all this line here, we used that when we had to tow some boats. If we had a boat in distress that had to be towed in, we would use that as a tow line. And if we had to drop them in a hurry to respond to another call, we would just have a line tied to that shackle, snap it, the shackle would come with us. The other boat, we would have them drop anchor, and we would take off and have sea tow or somebody respond to the boat that we just dropped. So, but anyway, this is where I'm at. I'm going to be going up there and tying up some more. Oh well. I've been cutting now for not long, probably about a half an hour. Really, seems like a half hour anyway. But seeing, like I said earlier, that my back is shot, I am beat from leaning over with the saw, cutting all that stuff. And not so much me personally, it's more the back. I mean, it's killing me at this point. So I'm going to take a break, because now I still have to finish these. If I can't prop them and cut them, or get them across something to cut them, I cut half, so I roll them over and I cut the other half, because it's not worth your chain hitting the dirt and having to sharpen it, because you only get so many sharpens before you got to buy a new chain. Now luckily I got about 5 or 6 chains in the back, so I don't have to worry about it too much, but still, I don't have to take out the time to change it or sharpen it. So anyway, I still have to cut that up, and that goes up into the woods there for a ways. Where the hell is it? Not too bad. What is it? Maybe 20 feet long or so. But that's where we're at there. So, I figure try to get these all cut up. I'll cut that in half. And then if I can get it over the fence, I'll split it over there. And worry about it over on that side. Now, the other thing I can do, it'll take me a little while, but it's not going to put any strain on my back, is that I can get the tractor through the gate that I just put up, and I can drive down there, around that bush, and around that pile, because I actually put a retaining wall up already over there, made of logs actually. But if I come over to here, I can level this out, and I can just drive up here and throw them in the bucket and then drive them around. Now it'll take me about a half an hour, maybe a little bit longer, to do that. but it will be easier on my back. Or I wait a few minutes, see if my back lets up, and start picking them up and heaving them over the fence. So, you know, if I didn't go quite as high with the fence back here, I could have just kneeled on my knees and thrown them over the fence. I just don't know if I can kneel and heave them 6 feet over the fence from 15 feet away. So, but anyway, that's where I'm at, guys. I'm using the little one, as you can see. The Husqvarna is in the garage. I didn't need anything big just to trim these up with. I may have to get it out for this one. I'll try doing 2 cuts with that one, but we'll see what happens. But the rest of this I can do with it. And what's left up there, I don't think I'll get today, but I'll probably get to that tomorrow. I'll pull down some more and do a little bit at a time. Yeah, if my back wasn't killing me and I was in better shape than I am right now, like I say, I'm not used to being out of shape like I am. But if I was in better shape, I'd be able to do most of this, at least pulling it all down, cutting it and pulling it all down to this point. I'd be able to get it done in 4 or 5 hours. And then once it's down here, there's a day's work of cutting it up naturally. So, but like I said, between the back and me being out of shape because of the back, it makes it tough. I did start going back to the gym. I'm not doing too much lifting, but I am doing some treadmill work. When I first started going back, I was lucky if I was able to get 5 minutes on the damn thing. And now I'm up to 40 minutes and at 3.0 on the speed and 2.5 on elevation. So that's working. However, the back is still acting up. So if worst comes to worst, I guess I can go put the TENS unit on. You know, hook myself up to that, put it in my pocket, and while I'm back here doing this, I can have those little shocks going into my nerves, kind of relieve the pain a little bit. But what happens then is when I do take it off, when I settle down tonight and everything starts to relax, oof, yeah. So, all right, guys, let me finish what I'm doing.